Chapter 3. Wiglaf stared at the dragons. One was silver, the other was blue. They weren't very big. Wiglaf looked down at his arms. Green, scaly. His hands were green and scaly. He had claws. Ah! He screamed. We are dragons! Jelak snorted. Okay, but you've got wings, haven't you? Wings will get you where you want to go. And fast. I meant to give you dragon wings so you could fly to Hermit Harry's. Guess my spell is a little bit more powerful than I thought. He shrugged. Turn us back into us, said Erica. That'll take a spell reversal spell, said Jella. Oh, sure. I could sing the whole song backwards. That'll do it. But the chances of me tripping up are astronomical. Then who knows what you might turn into. No, best to stay dragons until I figure out my reversal. When will that be? Asked Wiglaf. Jelak looked thoughtful. Under a year, I'd say. A year? Cried all three dragons. Maybe sooner, Jelak said, or the spell might wear off on its own. Who knows, not me. I'd best go back to my tower, transform some toads, mutate some mice, that sort of thing. See what I can figure out. I'll be back. Ta-da! A cloud of blue smoke billowed from out of nowhere and swallowed up the wizard. The silver dragon glared at Wiglaf. You think this is my fault, don't you? Wiglaf said. Erica folded her spindly forearms and said nothing. Angus, meanwhile, was studying what he could see of himself. Hey, I know, I am blue, and I've got a big white belly. But what does my face look like? Wiglaf was happy for a change of subject. You have a mouth full of pointy teeth, he told Angus. A long snout, blue eyes with yellow centers, and two stubby white horns on your head. How about me? Asked Erica. Your face is shiny silver like the rest of you, Wiglaf told her. You have green eyes, a curved horn on your snout, and a matching one on top of your head. Cool, said Erica. What about me? Said Wiglaf. Green face, Angus told him. Yellow eyes with black triangles in the middle, and a bright red crest on top of your head. Hey, it just started blinking. Wiglaf smiled. It sounded as if he was a very good-looking dragon. He wished one were here to see him. At least now we can fly to Hermit Harry's to get the GP gold, he pointed out. Do you really think we can fly? Asked Angus. Let's find out, said Erica. Using muscles he never knew he had, Wiglaf unfurled a pair of great wings. Angus and Erica did too. They began flapping and up they went. Wiglaf was just getting the hang of flying when a silvery streak whizzed by him. Was that Erica? He turned to see. Big mistake. He felt himself tilting, falling. He flapped harder. Which way was up? No way to tell. He crash landed in some bushes. Ow, he said. He felt his crest. He hoped it wasn't bent. He heard another crash. He looked up to see Erica perching unsteadily in the gnarly tree. Hey, look up here, called Angus. Wiglaf saw a bright blue dragon circling easily overhead. Flying is great, Angus called. I love it. Angus landed. He gave Erica and Wiglaf a few pointers. Soon all three were soaring high above the dark forest. What a great feeling, gliding on the wind. No wonder Worm liked to sneak out of the library and fly around the DSA. There was only one thing that worried Wiglaf. What if the spell wears off while we are up here? He called to the others. Good point, said Erica. Let's fly to Hermit Harry's as fast as we can. She surveyed the ground below. I think it's that way. Follow me. Silver Dragon in the lead, the three flew over the dark forest. A full moon lit the sky. They flew over hills and valleys dotted with smaller villages. The hills below grew bigger. Jellock hadn't said anything about mountains. Where were they? Wiglaf's muscles began to ache. Flying was fun, but hard work. He needed a rest. Let's take a break, Wiglaf called. Hug your wings close to your body and you'll zoom down fast, called Angus. The three landed on a rocky peak. What's that? Wiglaf squinted through the dark. Down in the valley, he saw what looked like a huge stone building. He was pretty sure it wasn't Hermitary's hut. Let's take a closer look, suggested Angus. They flew down to a riverbank. The river, wide and swift, shimmered in the moonlight. On an island in the middle of the river stood a great walled castle. Look, said Angus. He pointed a claw toward a sign on the castle wall. When Wiglaf read what it said, his crest began blinking on and off. It says DSA. Wiglaf couldn't believe his black and yellow eyes. Has Uncle Mordred opened another school? Angus wondered out loud. Once more, Wiglaf heard a noise. Do you hear growling? He asked. Take it easy, said Angus. It's just my stomach. I'm hungry too, said Erica. Let's see what's left in your stash, Angus. Oh, wretch, I left it behind. Angus said, let's go into that DSA and get something to eat. Then we can figure out what to do. We can't, said Wiglaf. DSA is a school for dragon slayers, and we're dragons. Said Angus. Could be dangerous, but I'm really hungry. I know, said Erica. Let's sneak into the castle while it's still dark and raid the kitchen. They had a plan. Angus spread his wings. He glided over the river, up and over the wall. Landing in the castle yard, Wiglaf and Erica followed. This yard was much bigger than their own DSA castle yard. The three dragons made their way across it. Wiglaf wasn't used to walking on dragon feet. He felt awkward, off balance, as if his body was too heavy for his legs, but on he lumbered. Erica slowly opened the castle door. They tiptoed inside. No one was around. In the dim light, they made their way down the hallway and up a set of stairs, hoping the kitchen was in the same spot as the kitchen at their own DSA. Angus stuck his head in a door. Here it is, he whispered. Erica and Wiglaf hurried in after him. The kitchen was lit by a narrow shaft of soft pre-dawn light. We have to hurry, Angus said, opening the pantry. They'll be up soon. There's a ton of spaghetti in here. Wait, it's not spaghetti, it's dried eel grass. Wiglaf found the jar. It's Isabel, said eel slime sauce. Yuck! You! Exclaimed Erica. Jars of pickled eel. All this stuff looks disgusting. Excuse me? A voice boomed out from behind them. Wiglaf looked up. His crest began blinking at triple speed. Standing in the kitchen doorway was a very big, very red dragon.